Hi, my name is Siti Naraini Hamza. I would like to share with you some ideas from language lecturers on the ideal physical environment of a TVET classroom. A better technology-dependent classroom can be achieved with proper and abundant investment made on education. Nowadays, teachers and lecturers are forced to handle a big class as schools do not have enough teachers, ended up doing more with less resources and lack of facilities. A big class means that there will be a variety of students' ability, different level of comprehension and understanding, and also a variety of learning styles which in a way might hinder meaningful learning. It will be tough on the teachers to specify his or her way of teaching to suit the needs of each student. Thus, the idea of having individualized learning might work on some students who most of the time have been neglected in a typical traditional learning classroom. E-learning roles in education have resulted in the use of technology to support student interaction with the resources contained in the learning ecology. The ecology offers a very learner-centered experience where students are able to locate, select, and access instructional strategies and models that address unique and specific learning needs. I think a virtual language classroom should be equipped with all kinds of e-devices necessary to facilitate language teaching and learning, ranging from the language tools used to gain language input to those which are used to enhance the language production, which is also called the language output. In order to better cater for the language needs of the learners, these two aspects, focusing on both language input and output, should be addressed. An ideal classroom should have around 15 to 20 students to maximize the interaction between each student and the lecturers or teachers. Firstly, to ensure that the students gain sufficient language input so as to function adequately in the teaching and learning activities in the classroom, there is a need to ease the process of searching for online materials. Hence, the classroom should be equipped with sufficient number of tablets or iPad for the students. One student each, if possible. When we talk about discovery learning, we expect the students to explore a particular topic on their own with the hope that they can pick up some new terms and improve their language along the way. And we need to make sure that the students have the access to the internet. Internet is like a window through which the students are led to see how beautiful the outside world is. When it comes to monitoring, I think there should be one master PC in front which controls the students' online activities. For instance, if the students were found chatting with their friends using Facebook during the class, the master PC should be able to detect it. So as we go along introducing new way or medium of learning, teachers too should attend courses to improve their teaching skills. By having learning tools that provide individualized learning, students can work at their own learning pace. They will be able to determine the next lesson needed based on their current abilities. Teaching tools will enable teachers to share video lectures made by them or by other teachers, which allow students to repeat lessons if they are having trouble understanding a concept. Meanwhile, in a normal classroom, students might just receive some warning from the teacher to keep practicing on their own. Secondly, to enhance the language production among the students, particularly when it comes to acquiring oral presentation skills, there should be something like a stage-like platform in front of the class to let the students feel like real presenters giving a presentation in front of a group of audience. The whole presentation should be video recorded. Once the student has finished talking, the lecturer can just send the recording to all the students within a few clicks away. All the students can then view the recording for as many times as needed and give their votes and comments on their friend's presentation, while the presenter should be able to view all the votes and comments simultaneously so that he or she can improve his or her oral presentation skills. To do all these, there should be a recorder installed somewhere near the stage-like platform. In addition, there should be a device for students to vote and give feedback for their friend's presentation. For instance, right after their friend's oral presentation, their classmates are allowed to give comments simultaneously. They can talk or write in responding to their friend's performance. So headset is also needed for this purpose. It would be a good idea if the presenter can get all the comments, be it negative or positive, immediately right after the presentation through a printer which is located in front of the class. Peer feedback should also be made possible, especially when it comes to a writing class. After a piece of essay is written, students can then send the essay to be projected in front of the class as well as on their friend's computer screen. Their friends can then check their essay and correct their mistakes if possible. The lecturer should be able to view how each correction is made so that necessary comments and information can be provided to enhance the teaching and learning. If necessary, the lecturer can highlight the grammar mistakes in front of the class, and a round of discussion on the language points can be heated up. Moreover, after the students have produced a piece of writing, for instance, they can go to the front of the class and share the piece of writing with their friends, and thus there should be a standing microphone in front of the class for the students to do the sharing. For classroom discussion, for instance, all the members of the group should sit around a big table with a microphone in front. The classroom too should emphasize on three-dimensional teaching, as it will help on visualizing learning data for students. So instead of imagining, students can now view the real things, which might add to experiential learning. Having smart TV or smart board in the classroom that enable the interactive touch control of computer applications for user input will create some sense of fun in the learning. Research has repeatedly showed that students learn better when they are fully engaged, and that multisensory hands-on learning is the best way to engage them. Students are more engaged because technology allows them to become active rather than passive learners. This is beneficial because active learners typically gain a greater understanding of the material being covered, and they retain more of what they learn. Assignments are no longer restricted to written essays. There may be videos, digital presentations, comic strips. Students can decide how they generate, obtain, and present their information. Another aspect that we are focusing on is the ability of having immediate response, which suited the mobile learning environment that the students are more exposed to nowadays. Students have the curiosity of wanting to be measured to see how much they improve, thus immediate response will help to see what they could do to improve their own learning, which can happen anywhere and anytime. Thirdly, physical environment plays an important role in order to promote and inspire TVET learning among students and also educators. This physical environment includes the arrangement of the classroom, colors used in classroom, gadgets, and others. Classroom arrangement is very important because it can determine how the students should interact in the classroom. Besides, classroom arrangement can also aid the teachers to manage the classroom effectively. Effective classroom management can help the teachers to deliver the lesson and conduct all the planned instructional activities for the students. Classroom arrangement includes the classroom furniture, gadgets, and other teaching aids that exist in that particular classroom. The arrangement of the classroom should also consider the space used, because students need space to move around during activities, and it can also promote interaction among the students. The furniture used also needs to be considered because it should be ergonomic. This is to help the students during collaborative learning in the lesson. Apart from that, teaching tools or gadgets such as LCD projector, smartboard, computers, and others should be arranged accordingly and appropriately. The placement of the gadgets will influence how the students will move around in the classroom. In addition, safety measure needs to be considered too, as these items carry electricity. Most of the gadgets are expensive, thus taking care of all these items are very crucial. Students need to be educated with the standard of operation of the gadgets, thus it will help the students to be able to make full use of the gadgets. The colors used in the classroom too needs to be taken into account, as colors can help the learners to stimulate their thinking and engage with their learning activities. Suitable color selections are very important, and it has to match with the student's age, as different level of students has different way of thinking. Thus, as for e-learning purposes, brighter and neutral colors would be useful, as they will provide the students with excitement, interaction, and also dare to take risks in their learning process. As a conclusion, technology authorizes students to take control of their education as they define their own goals and evaluate their progress. They can choose how they learn and what they learn at their own pace. Technology too increases their motivation and self-esteem, as it offers these students a medium to express themselves in a way they feel comfortable. It also increases collaboration between peers as students work together to help each other. Teachers can address the different learning styles of each student and facilitate individualized learning as technology helps to customize the learning, enabling students to progress at their own pace. Technology allows students to take their learning outside of the classroom so they can learn where they want and when they want. Through blogs, students can continue their discussions with their teachers even from home. Last but not least, classroom furniture is supposed to be light, sturdy and flexible so it can be easily rearranged by students or teachers so that a small group can work around a cluster of tables or students can work in a self-directed way individually at a table.